for your information, I don't support criminals. That's why I'm not in support of Tinubu. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's number one criminal in this country. I'm not afraid to say it.
So the Nigerian Air Force mistakenly allegedly was reported that they bombed is it Jili Market in Borno State? Yeah. And it had also been refuted by the governor of the Borno State that it was inhibited by terrorists. So it wasn't like a deliberate attempt, but probably as part of their counterinsurgency operations. I'd like you to react to that.
Damage control gone bad. They are the ones who always claim that they are professional armed forces. And without being a member of the armed forces, I know that no matter the provocation, you don't bomb highly populated areas. But the Nigerian Air Force has a history of killing innocent people from the air. And you are wondering, is that deliberate? Was it deliberate in Kaduna or Katsina and Farah where they have done it, and even in Borno several times? I think there was a year they bombed a refugee camp and killed a lot of people. And what you hear all the time is that when soldiers who are on the front lines call them, they never show up. But they only show up to bomb highly populated areas. So there's something wrong with our armed forces in the way they are prosecuting the war against banditry and terrorism. If you have intelligence that these terrorists are in the markets and you are professional, all you do is to follow them back to where they came from, to the markets. How's it that they never bombed the terrorist housing estates inside Sambisa? It's only when they go out that you bomb them and you kill innocent people. So that tells you something. And if you know they're in the market, what happened to the ground troops who are supposed to ambush them and take care of their movement? So this has become an occurrence that we can no longer even call suspicion. It looks like this is a deliberate action to target people who are already victimized and who are vulnerable by the armed forces of Nigeria. We have always said that there's always a desire on their part to kill innocent people, whether they are at protests or in refugee camps and now in markets. These people are already themselves victims of the terrorism that are allowed to grow. And now you have gone to the market to kill several of them. And you are now telling us that I saw the map that they distributed to say, oh, they saw some trucks of the terrorists and they had to bomb them. You should have followed the terrorists when they left the market, so that they won't be able to cook what they bought in the market. That's how it is done. That means the terrorists have a location that's not the market. How come Nigerian Air Force cannot locate? That's what they did with Shekau. For the years that Shekau was alive, they never bombed his abode. They're always bombing other places except where he stays, which shows to you that they know these terrorists. And Gumi has always said it, that they know their location, they talk to them regularly, and I think they don't want terrorism to end so that they can be fetching huge profit from it.
About support about a tweet that has been denied by the commission and also been denied by the and I just went for that to fact check the accounts, which allegedly turned out to be INEC chairman. Would you also be calling for information?
You guys are late to the game. I was the first person who came out of a meeting with him and told Nigerians that the man is even going to be worse than the last one, based on my perception of him sitting up there. But the INEC chairman is not the only person who is in the APC. All the INEC commissioners are APC members, federal commissioners. Most of the INEC, what they call state electoral commissioners, are APC members. Go and check. Most of the judges in the Supreme Court are APC members. So if you want to clean the judges table, let it be at once. Don't pick and choose. You know, this idea of who do you expect Tinubu to appoint as INEC chairman? His enemy. He's going to appoint his friend now. And I said upstairs, the people who are asking Tinubu to remove Amukwita are proposing their own candidate to replace him so that that person too can favor them. That's confusion. The solution is to have a system in place where the INEC chairman is not appointed by the president who is contesting in an election. Maybe what we should do is to say, look, there must be a body in this country that looks for a credible person, and the person is scrutinized by the public. There's a public hearing about them for weeks, like they do in the US. You want to become a Supreme Court judge in the US, they will scrutinize you from secondary school, primary school, all your girlfriends that you have forgotten, they will come out and tell the story about you. Then the parliament can then decide, and then there will be judicial scrutiny. But this one, they will just say, oh, they are going for scrutiny at the DSS. Who appointed the DSS person who is scrutinizing? Not the same Tinubu. all together. So don't let us be confused and waste our time on what I call inanities. He was going to appoint the person who will favor him. And as I stated, and I'll say it again, Tinubu can never organize a free and fair election. That's all. It's not possible. He has never done it before, and he will not do it now. It's not in his character to do anything that is fair. Yes, somebody whose name is not his name, whose secondary school that he went to was established after he graduated from there. You know, the daughter is almost his age. You know, so his elder brother, who died, I think 2 years ago, was 93 years old. But he didn't attend his burial because he didn't want people to know that that's his elder brother. What are you going to do with the ones that are here? We have 36 states that, you know, they are technically insolvent. How do they call it? They are all bankrupt. They want to create states just to appeal to the sentiments of Nigerians. Why don't we make, you know, that's the confusion about the political class. One of them will say, let's go back to region. Then the other ones will create more states. You know, there will be one section will be out for regionalization, or what do they call restructuring. The next day they say go and create more states. They don't even know what they want. And that is why we never participate in this bandwagon conversation. Because network wants to become the governor of the state so that he can loot that state and arrest everybody there, keep them in Abuja. Why he himself? Maybe he's looking for another underage wife. Yes.
Okay, so lastly, there was something some people actually said on social media. I just wanted to react to.
Yeah.
That's why is it that you are always on the side of probably criminals who actually are committed an offense, and you are insisting that it will be freed?
You cannot call a person a criminal except a judge has declared the person a criminal. No, but just to be sure, as a media person, you can call a person a criminal. Generically, that's use of language. But for your information, I don't support criminals. That's why I'm not in support of Tinubu. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's number one criminal in this country. I'm not afraid to say it. So the people that I support are the vulnerable people in society who are targeted with state power. Those are the people that I go out of my way to support. So, and in all these interventions, the people that we have supported have come out. They can't even continue their cases. There was a guy that spent years in detention for saying that if he has money, he will shoot Buhari, Solomon Akuma. He's now a pharmacist. I supported him. He went through this court. They couldn't convince him. But you people will call him a criminal. Shella, one social media guy like that, young guy, he wrote something about Jonathan's wife. We got him out. He's doing well today. Ijele, whose kidney has already failed at Ikoyi prison. We got him out. He's doing well today for himself. In fact, he has gone back to the federal government that prosecuted him to be making mouth. Even very dark man. If I had not intervened on his behalf on Easter Sunday of 2024, that was the day he was arrested. It was the first time he enjoyed freedom, and he brags about it. He will not be able to be doing what he's doing today if I had abandoned him in prison at that time. When he was arrested second time, I went to the Federal Ministry of Justice with Pelumi and all these lawyers, and they invited me back with Deji at 4 p.m. to say, we are going to release him. By 5 o'clock, Deji was already releasing. He's doing well for himself. But it is wrong to adopt the same method to oppress other people. So you could also have said that Very Dark Man is a criminal when he was arrested for cybercrime twice, or when the EFCC said they want to keep him for as long as they want because they suspected that he's a criminal. They are suspects. And the fact that you are suspected of committing a crime should not lead to your being sent to prison permanently without first resolving whether you have committed a crime or not. I can mention names. Even recently, you've been in this court when I was asking for them to be fair and just towards Malami. Malami is on bail. Now, even though he had an agreement not to talk too much with the federal government, we're talking about free and fair procedures and processes for people like El-Rufai. You know, and we hope that one of these days he will also be out to enjoy his freedom while the trial is going on. But in cases that have intervened in, except Nnamdi Kanu, who was sentenced to prison, I do not agree, even that he's a criminal because they were unable to prove that he committed any of the crimes. So that was a political trial and sentencing. And he too will someday be out.
And you do agree when the court has already announced him a criminal?
I'm saying that is a function of context. Contextually, I don't agree that somebody who is fighting for self-determination is a criminal. Otherwise, we could have called Nelson Mandela a criminal. You could have called Malcolm X a criminal. In fact, Malcolm X was coming from prison where he was jailed for drug dealing. And it became a beacon of resistance that you and I use in praying to the God of justice today. So contextually, too, don't be lost on it that some people that you think is a criminal are just victims of state repression because the state has capacity. Why don't you call me a criminal? Am I not facing 5 criminal cases in this court? Why are you not calling me a criminal? Because you know in your conscience that I've not committed any crime known to law. That they are just using their politics and using their senior advocates and judges to suppress and persecute me. So, yes.
What do you make of the allegation by Ijele plus to assassinate you?
I'll address it upstairs. That Ijele wasn't lying. The person who sent Ijele has confessed to me and Deji that they actually under Buhari plotted to kill me. It's not even secret. They brought someone with a dagger in front of the DSS to stab me at the Federal High Court here. I was attacked right here. I was attacked 3 times. There was a time they threw a rock into my car. So it's public knowledge that the Buhari regime had people who were sent. But until the Ijele said it, maybe most of you did not know. And the reason I'm not wasting my time on it is that I know they have other plots. It's just that one that has come to light. Even as I'm speaking with you now, they have plots. The people that are at the gate there when we came in fighting us for no reason. So they're always plotting. And I don't know how, part of why they make these things open and transparent to you is because they want you to come and beg them for police protection. But I cannot go and ask for police protection from the people who want to kill me. They are the ones plotting it. It was brought to my attention today that the IGP met with some people on how to do something against me. So should I not leave my house and continue the Ministry of Justice? We are the real Ministry of Justice. That one is Federal Ministry of Injustice. So there's nothing to Ijele's case. But as I always say, when it comes to Ijele, we did the part that we had to do. And he's a free man today. And maybe by accident, knowing that, because he also said it, that when it comes to real activism, these are the people that do it. Maybe that's the reason why, maybe he's converted, but he still hasn't received salvation yet. Still out. Yes. Still out. Yeah.